Alright guys, I've done this video a couple of times, but because this phone's pretty shit, it doesn't have a rotate when you're on the video. So last night I upped the salinity on my pond only to 0.2 because I only had enough to do that. I only had 2 kilos, so I wanted to achieve 0.6 really, or 0.8 to really tackle this problem. I mean, the fish have been PP'd, possibly not to the strength they needed to be PP'd, so we might have not tackled all the problems. So the next best root cause of action for me is to get the salinity up to see if we can destroy whatever it is. I've been in this hobby a long time. I know when fish are showing distress signals and not well, even without a scope. A scope is to eliminate things, yeah, makes your job easier. But you also know that even without a scope at hand, if something isn't right with your fish and your water quality is spot on, it indicates two things, one or two things, normally parasites when you're keeping koi, or bacterial problems. Without seeing any fungus on my fish, any cloudy white spots or anything like that on the body, I tend to think it's some ongoing issue, like parasites. This fish I won, when it comes back to the top I'll show you, I won on an auction, WhatsApp auction. It was actually one of the premium tanks. I got it very cheap, so I had a good eye on that one. These one came through the koi farm, the small ones, absolutely riddled in something. There's, I believe it to be male, still a bit scatterish. We've gone through a lot of crap the last few days, PP treatments and all that, and now he seems better than he has been. So all I can say is thanks to Skegger, you know, give me a phone call last night. We spoke about a few things, and the man is not knowledgeable. I mean, you can have a debate with him. It doesn't have to be confrontational. One thing I won't do is hold my mouth. If there's something to be aired, I'll tell him straight, and then he'll tell me straight. And that's the way you do things. I think we're too soft. I think if someone says something contrary to what you think to be a belief, you all fall out with each other, and that's not the way it should be. It's all about learning and adapting and changing things. So yeah, I think we're alright. I think he knows his stuff. I've always given him credit, but if I think something slightly might be different to his opinion, I'll also voice that, whether it's right or wrong. You know, everything doesn't have to end and falling out, you know. That's what we're in the hobby for. Someone who's in the hobby 40 years, 50 years can give me some advice. I'll take it on board. What I do with that advice is entirely up to me. So, I do thank people like that in the hobby. We did have a little bit of the debate talking about parasites and how they get in the water. So, I do believe his logic to be true. Sometimes parasites live in the water column, and if you scrape the walls, they might be present on the walls, yeah, I believe that. But I also believe they live on the fish, and I'll tell you why. If you look at a cat, for instance, it's a different animal completely to a fish, but most of the times it needs interaction with another animal to catch fleas. And parasites are virtually like fleas when you look at it on a fish. But they can also be introduced many ways. They could be from the elements, you know, soil, rain. I won't say rain, but you know, I'm not too clued up if they could come in with the rain, but with the wind, you get what I say, with the elements, you can bring stuff in. If there's nearby animals such as rats, and we do get rats here, so there could be many possibilities, but the fact it all stemmed from when I put them inside my tank and my fish were alright, indicates it's been brought in. But they're doing so much better now, so I can only thank Skeggy for that phone call last night. He does know his stuff. So let's hope once we get the extra salt content in here, we'll leave it in for, I think he told me 3 to 4 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and then we'll do a little water change and we'll see. But you can see they look a lot calmer. I don't have a before and after video really to show you how they were scraping, how they were staying on the bottom, but they're doing alright now.